Good morning. Could I have the people from Oregon come up, please? Yeah, come on up. They're first-time visitors, and I want to introduce them to you. And how you two doing? How are the twins? How old are they now? 3, and they're upstairs in the angel loft? Good. I hope I get a chance to see them. Gloria, you doing well? Wonderfully well. Wow, can't beat that. Wonderfully well. Come on up here. I want you. Don't go out the back door. Oh, this couple is visiting us for the first time, and they are on a bike ride from Oregon to South Carolina. And this area is about their halfway mark. They're riding their bikes all the way. And so I just wanted to... So we just want to give them a blessing that the second half of the trip will be just as safe as the first half. And we welcome you as a part of our spiritual family in Kansas City, and our prayers and our blessings are with you all the way. So you go for it.
Our minister in Unity in Texas gave us a blessing to leave, and so it's nice to have a blessing to carry on.
Absolutely. We'll be thinking of you all the way. See you. Are you going to ride back? No. Well, okay. Gosh, what an undertaking. You know, we know 3 things for sure. Life is good, it's going to get better, and things could always be worse. I had a situation this week, all the road construction going on. I found myself in a traffic jam. For those of you who know me, I don't do well in those kind of situations. I am impatient. And because of it, I was 15 minutes late in getting to where I was going to go. A little bit upset. It hung with me afterwards. And I kind of stewed about it, about all the road construction. The next morning, I pick up the newspaper, and I read about a traffic jam in, I believe it was Singapore. The traffic jam was 60 miles long. It was on its 10th day, and some people had been caught in it for 5 days in a row. They were sleeping in their car. Food vendors were going up and down the lanes, just helping them stay alive. 2 days later, I get caught in a traffic jam. I says, thank you, God. I'm not in Singapore. It went from a total horrible situation to a grand situation just by one little bit of information that I had received. I just understood a little bit more. Things could be a lot worse. You know, there's always simple solutions for big problems. And for those of you who are new here, if you're here for the first time, if you've only been coming for a short while, you're probably not familiar with my cousin Ozzy. Ozzy lives in a rural town called Nunda in South Dakota. He is the self-appointed town ambassador. His office is at Lars's Tavern, where he sits on the end stool. He greets people as they come and go, and occasionally people will show their appreciation by buying him a refreshment of his choice. That's all the compensation he gets and all the compensation he needs. But Ozzy is a unique fellow. He's a simple man. He lives a simple life, and he has a simple solution no matter how great the problem. So Lars was telling him that he had not been able to sleep for several weeks, and Lars is the proprietor of Lars's Tavern. He said he had this in fear that there was somebody hiding under his bed. And he'd go to bed at night, he'd try to go to sleep, he'd think someone's hiding under my bed, he'd get up, turn the light on, look under the bed, nobody there. But as soon as he went back to bed, the fear once again arose, and he thought that fear was true. He tried sleeping with the light on. He went to a psychiatrist, and they tried to analyze where this inordinate fear was coming from. He even tried hypnosis, and they couldn't seem to get that fear out of his mind. Well, Ozzy asked Lars for the keys to his house. He left. He came back in 20 minutes. And he said, Lars, that person will never sleep under your bed again. I can guarantee you that. And Lars was a little bit skeptical, but he said, so how can you say that, Ozzy? And Ozzy said, because I cut the legs off your bed. Simple solution for a big problem. We gather together on Sunday mornings to study spirituality. And spirituality is very, very much different from religion. Spirituality is a way to look at life. It personalizes life for us. It allows us to have a deeper meaning of who we are and why we are here. If we could compare religion and spirituality to, say, a baseball game, religion would be the rules by which you play the game. There are a lot of thou shalt nots. Thou shalt nots. You do this, you don't do that. Where spirituality is more focused on you as a player. How can you be the best player that you can be and get the greatest amount of fulfillment out of the game? And there are spiritual principles that help us practice living a life that is one of peace and serenity. Now, Unity has 5 basic spiritual principles that lie the foundation of this movement. And the third one is that your thoughts create your reality. We hear that all the time. It's a common thing to be heard on Sunday morning. But that is the truth. When you move into a situation or circumstance of your life, 5 things happen. The first thing is that you focus your attention on whatever the activity is before you. The second thing is that you perceive through your 5 senses what is taking place. The third thing is your mind asks the question, what does this mean to me? The fourth thing is the mind asks the question, how do I feel about this? And from all of that, the fifth thing that happens is the emotional experience. And life is totally an emotional experience. So we focus our attention on something, we perceive what is going on, we think, what does this mean to me? We think, how do I feel about it? And we have the emotional experience, which becomes our reality. Whatever we think and we feel to be true is our reality, whether it is factual or not. So when we're moving through life, if we find ourselves in a situation or circumstance continually that upsets us or disturbs us or distresses us or causes any sort of dis-ease and uneasiness, we know that by changing our thoughts and changing our feelings, that we can change our experience of what is going on. And this is especially true with other people. When other people seem to push our buttons, and other people seem to create within us a sense of anxiety or fear or anger, we know simply by shifting the way we see that person just a little bit, we can shift the emotional experience that we're going to have of them. The one thing that we have to remember as we go through life, that our minds are very much like a computer. When we're born into this world, our minds are like a brand new computer that's never been programmed. Conscious mind is empty. It is blank. As we grow up, beginning with our parents, and then older siblings, if we have any, the social group that we engage in, they start to program our computer for us. They tell us different things about life and how we should view it. And this is what this means. That is what that means. Here are the political values that you should hold to. Here are the social values you should hold to. Here are prejudices and discriminations. And here are likes and dislikes. Well, as young children, up until about the age of 7, we just take this in and freely allow our biological computer or our mind to be programmed with these beliefs. By the time we're 7 years old or a little bit older, we have a mindset that we look out at the world on, and that same process I just told you about in regards to attention, perceiving, thinking, feeling, emotional experience, that happens in a split second. When we go through life, we don't stop and really think about what this means to me and go through that whole process. We refer back to what's in our biological computer, and it comes forward just as fast as the computers on our desk.